How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm good. My birthday was just the other day. I'm recovering. I have a very scratchy voice, but today's going to be a good interview. I'm excited about it.
Gonna be a good day for sure.
It is. It is. It is. All right. We'll give people like one more minute to join. Thanks everybody for coming. Again, my name is X. We have Roger Parrilla here in the Ink Therapy chair. We're going to get started with some bomb questions in just a little bit.
Is it gonna work? We're about to see.
Oh, Jazz is helping with that.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes,
Jazz.
she is.
Hey.
So I can't do anything without her. Oh,
I mean, I think you just have to like.
right there should be good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's falling off. That's good. I just gotta check this now. Boom.
Period. Love it. What would you do without her?
Nothing. Go crazy.
Just
I
become
would sleep.
unsuccessful with everything.
I would sleep well. I would sleep often.
Oh,
Here
here we
I would have fewer gray hairs. There's pros and cons.
That's what you think now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Again, thanks everybody for joining. This is Ink Therapy. I'm Untitled X, and our amazing guest this evening is Roger Parrilla. Roger's based out of Atlanta, Georgia, at Black Owl Tattoo, but he also travels all over the country, all over the world, can I say?
I'm
Well,
staying in Atlanta.
All over the country.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah? Is that what it is? Not anymore?
Nope.
Oh, my gosh. He is locked
Gotta
down,
stay
guys.
safe.
That's so... Okay, well, not right now. But for sure, no, if you want to come check him out, definitely follow his page. I've pinned it to this live, and also go ahead and follow Black Owl Tattoos. So Roger, we this ink therapy is always pretty short, quick, short to the point. So we always start off with just letting artists like kind of explain their style. So can you take some time to describe it for us? I'm sure everyone has seen your amazing work before, but how would you describe your style?
I don't know. I guess I don't really try to define my style.
It's real.
You've gotten tattoos from me, and you've gotten tattoos that are illustrated in color, and then you got ones that are black and gray and realistic.
Right.
I just like to be as well-rounded as possible. Something that I think is consistent throughout all my tattoos is I am very big on cleanliness. So the line work is always going to be bold and clean, and then I like for everything to be really smooth too. So whether I'm going from color to color or from different shades of gray, I want everything to be nice and smooth. And legibility is big for me too. I know a lot of people try to do a lot of stuff in their tattoos. I try to keep it as simple as possible.
For sure. No, I like that a lot. I definitely think your line work is definitely identifiable, like from, as if you put it up in a lineup next to a whole bunch of other artists, people can definitely be able to identify, like you said, those solid, bold lines that you do. I absolutely love that about your work. So how long have you been tattooing, and how did you get started?
I've been tattooing about 13 years, well, a little over 13 years now. And I just started on, unfortunately, my friends and family. I was looking for an apprenticeship. I couldn't really find one. Now, 13 years later, I know it's just because my artwork sucked. But at first, I just thought I was being deprived of an opportunity. So I just went and got the things on my own and started on my friends and family.
That's real. I don't usually do this, but we have a question in the chat that I don't want to lose. Somebody asked, do you do cover-ups and revamps?
Not currently. I can do
Kind of music are
cover-ups.
you
I've done lots of cover-ups, and I fixed lots of work. But right now, my time is very limited, and I can only choose a very small amount of the people who are actually trying to get tattooed. Um, and after over a decade of doing cover-ups, I'm choosing blank skin right now over cover-ups. But that's not to say that I won't do cover-ups ever again. You know, I always post things on my Instagram when I'm doing things out of the normal. So like when I decide to do smaller tattoos or take on cover-ups, I will always post about it.
For sure, for sure. So it's a very exclusive list right now. You got to meet some requirements of blank skin.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if people have blank skin for me to fill up and then people have cover-ups, I just always go for the blank skin.
For sure. Um, Tell me about what you enjoy most about tattooing.
I mean, I just enjoy making art in general, and tattoos is it's like my first medium where a lot of people have they were either drawing on paper first or painting on walls and canvases.
Mm-hmm.
My first medium was tattooing, so to me, it's my favorite. I just enjoy it. It's a process, and it's something that I've focused on for so long now. I mean, I started tattooing when I was 17, and now I've been tattooing for over 13 years. So I've literally been tattooing almost half of my life.
Definitely, that's amazing. Um, you know, we call this show Ink Therapy, and so I love you mentioned the reasons of why tattooing is such a huge part of your life. But I'm wondering if you see any parallels or even just see some connections to like that therapeutic feeling that ink art, that body art gives you, and if so, you know maybe you can explain that a little bit for us, like why ink is either therapeutic for you or why you think it's therapeutic for so many other people.
Oh, I certainly think it's for me it's therapeutic just because I get to do what I love to do for a living. There's a lot of people who have to go to work to a place they don't want to go and don't enjoy, versus I go to work for myself every day and I'm surrounded by people who are awesome and I get to do awesome tattoos all the time. And as far as it being therapeutic for others, it certainly could. You know, a lot of people they get tattoos of things that they enjoy doing, just as a constant reminder of what they love doing or people they love. And some people get some tattoos for closure, you know, like portraits of loved lost ones and things like that. So there's a lot of different ways tattoos can be therapeutic for both the client and the artist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. Another question.
Uh, okay. Nope. He just went out.
This Taylor just got off of an
All right.
airplane. Yeah, she got off of the airplane, and so she's blowing up my phone, and I know she's not gonna stop calling. So, sorry guys, just give me 1 second to tell my girlfriend that she's ruining my life.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to answer some of these questions down here.
Okay, awesome.
We got Melly Mel, ATL, asking if I'm still doing some small tattoos. I don't know if I have any evening appointments left this summer. But as you know, I do small tattoos every summer. I'll do a couple in the evening. Um, and I already know the tattoos that she gets isn't gonna be too big. She doesn't enjoy getting tattoos. She just likes to have
it. Hence the question about the small ones.
Yeah.
I've actually maybe I've seen 1 or 2 of your small tattoos, but anytime I'm in the chair, it's a pretty big tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the majority of your clients. So do you think that like the majority of your clients are trying to get large scale work from you, or?
For sure. I mean, that's just how I've worked it out over the past couple years. I've done larger pieces, and those are the pieces that I show. I don't show everything I tattoo, only
Right.
because, for instance, if I do a cover up, I don't want to have to tell 1,000 people no to cover ups. Therefore, I don't post the cover up, because when you post the cover up, then hundreds of other people are going to inquire about cover-ups.
Definitely.
So when I do smaller tattoos, I don't post them often. Not because I have anything against smaller tattoos, but I just know that right now I don't have the opportunity to do many smaller tattoos.
And you don't want to like advertise or anything like that.
Yeah, no. I want people to see what I'm doing on a daily basis, and so that they can come in with a certain expectation. If I post small tattoos, people are going to think they can get small tattoos. Then we have to tell people no, and then they don't like me. So.
For sure. I saw another question that was pretty interesting. Somebody asked about if you would recommend the body art career field for your children. And I'm wondering if that's, not necessarily just for your children, but children in general. Like, what do you think about the future of the tattoo world? Do you think it's a good place for people to be? Would you support it? What do you think about that?
Would I recommend my children to tattoo? Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly feel like everyone should do the things that they enjoy doing. And if my children enjoy making art and want a tattoo, I wouldn't prevent them from doing that. Right. Although I do have, many years of experience. And by the time they're old enough to even think about tattooing, I've been tattooing 20 plus years. So I can give them a lot of pros and cons to go with that. They're just like any career, there's pros and cons to it. So I can't really say yes or no until I know who my children grow up to be. If I know my children are down to work hard and be dedicated to the craft, then cool, go for it. But if my children are just like trying to pick things up just out the heck of it and not going to stick with it, then I would tell them not to, because it's not something you're going to learn how to do overnight.
For sure. No, I love that. That is excellent parenting 101. The fact that you just started off with, if that's something they want to do, I need to figure out who the children are and who they want to be at first. I love that 100%.
For sure.
We have some people who are asking prices. I'm sorry, guys, that's not something that's part of Ink Therapy. So if you would like to get some work done by Roger, please feel free to go through his booking process. And that information is on his page.
In my bio.
Link in the bio.
For sure.
Period. All right, let's move to some just like simple fill in the blank questions. Well, I don't even know if they're fill in the blank because it's kind of like finish the statement. So the first one says, I will be remembered for.
I don't know. It depends on who we're asking. I think my kids will remember me for being an awesome dad and my wife an awesome husband. I think my friend, I would like a hard worker. Let's go with that.
Okay, no, I like all three of those. Awesome dad, awesome husband, hard worker. Period. I love that. Something I've never done but want to do.
We talking tattoos? We talking life? What are we talking?
Let's do both. Let's start with tattoos.
Okay. I would just like to. So I've done multiple back pieces now, but some stop at the waistline. Then I have another one that stops at like the cheeks. I want to go from the bottom of somebody's neck all the way to like the knees. Wow. That just like when we talking. So really, back pieces are like from the Japanese style tattooing, the Oriental style tattooing. And for them to consider it a back piece, it includes the back of your thighs.
Right.
It goes
it's
all the
still
way
your
down.
back side. Like.
For sure. So I'm trying to convince Jasmine, for those who don't know my wife, but she's not with it right now. She said it's too painful.
She's in the chat with the yikes. She already knew you were coming for her.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And as far as life, skydiving would be cool. Although I just did life insurance, and if I die skydiving, nobody gets money.
Things to consider.
For sure.
Things to consider. Okay, I love those. First time tattoo recipients should
get a good night's sleep, eat a good meal before coming, bring snacks and waters. Oh, and also like research the artist you're getting tattooed by. If you want to get a portrait and the guy you're going to, all you see him do is names, then you should ask to see portraits because more than likely he doesn't do portraits. And if he did them well, he would post them, and vice versa. Oh, also, something that people don't consider is so some people do research and they try to see if their tattoo artist does a specific style. That's a good starting point. But also, as you know, people come in every shade and different tone. You should make sure that that person also tattoos people similar.
You can't FaceTime me right now because I'm doing a live with Roger. That's what I said when I called you. Love you. Bye. I'm sorry.
All good.
Okay.
Did you get that second part? They need
I
to
don't think
research
so.
also to make sure that the artist tattoos people with similar complexions as them as well.
For sure.
So not that they only tattoo the subject matter that they like, but they tattoo people with the same complexion as them as well. Because just because someone can do something well on one person doesn't mean they can do it just as good on the next person.
Great. So I hope everyone is taking notes. I have my notebook here. We said food, water, snacks, good night's sleep. Also, make sure you're doing your research on the artist. Do not show up to your tattoo apartment not having it eaten already, okay? You'll be turned away.
Yeah, for sure. I tell people to go get food before we get started, or we're going to Uber Eats it. Yeah.
It is the future. We can Uber Eats for sure. In the studio, you can catch me listening to
Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's what we was listening to today. And the OJs, the Spinners, and the Temptations. That was today. But we listen to a wide variety of music. We have a lot of different people come get tattooed from a lot of different lifestyles, and they're like different genres. So we typically just throw Pandora on and ask the clients what they want to hear.
Yeah, for sure. That's very thoughtful.
Yeah. If it was me, I'd just listen to old music.
Yeah, the theme I'm getting is like feel good music. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Old, but definitely feel good. Like
positive energy. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Makes for a great tattoo.
Period. And that's actually very funny that a lot of people don't. Well, maybe a lot of people do, but it's not a very like widely talked about concept. It's like the environment in which you're in when you're getting tattooed. I'm sure, you know, if for those of you who have been to a lot of different tattoo shops, you know, you can like tell the difference. Like when you walk in, just the vibe is different from like either the color choice or the lighting or even the music that they're playing, you know, in the shop. So I definitely love the mention of the feel good music, the positive vibes, the positive energy. That's definitely on like my list of requirements anytime I'm shopping
for sure. You're gonna be there for hours, and if you're getting a large piece, you're gonna be making several visits. Exactly. You want to make sure that you like the place you're gonna be.
For sure. That's so important. All right. Next question. Someone I want to work with.
I don't have. I just want anyone who can teach me something new, which are a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. And then the final one for this section is: in 10 years, the tattoo world will
be crazy.
What are you thinking? What do you think is gonna happen in 10 years? Are we gonna have like robots tattooing us, or?
I certainly think people are gonna try to do that, but I don't think technology is that advanced yet.
Yeah.
Although they've made machines. Yeah, they've made machines that can tattoo, but the tattoos are not elaborate at all. Not to mention, like when it comes to art, in my personal opinion, because it's all opinions, when it comes to good art, you know, you have to have a feeling to it. It needs to make you feel a particular way. Robots don't have feelings, so even if that was the case, the tattoos wouldn't be too amazing.
Right.
Well, I mean, we were supposed to have flying cars 20 years ago, but that ain't happened. and it's not gonna happen anytime soon. So
Yeah, do not sign me up for the tattooing robots. That's just not something that I think I'll ever be interested in. I do
for
think that
sure.
one of the things that I value the most about body art is that personal interaction with the artist, with that exchange of energy, if you will.
Yeah.
And robots, I don't think they have the type of energy I'm trying to exchange.
For sure.
That's kind of scary. That's a little bit scary. Okay, so that's it for fill in the blank. We're gonna go back to some just regular questions before we end the show off with a little game. So, how do you prepare to tattoo somebody? And then the second part of that is, how do you prepare to get tattooed? Like, what are some things you do?
Some things I do to, well, first off, I need to set everything up, and I need to not be bothered when I set everything up.
Number
And
A,
it's,
setup.
it's like setting up for a tattoo is very ritualistic for me. Like, I need things in certain places for me to work smoothly and consistently, and I'm very big on consistency. If you look at my page, all my work looks alike. Even though the subject matter is different, the style is different, everything still looks like I did it. And that's because I like to do things a very particular way. So the first thing I need to do is set up and not be bothered while I'm setting up. Okay. And because I don't want to seem rude or ignore people, I typically get in there and set up before the appointment, just so that I can have all that stuff ready. Then after that, I just talk with the client, see what they want. I typically draw up like 98% of my tattoos at the time of the appointment. I don't really draw up in advance just because that never works too well for me. You show someone a design the night before, and they look at it every 10 seconds for the next 10 hours and like start picking at it and poking it and messing things up. And then they come in the next day and want a completely different tattoo. So I'm not with that.
Right.
The things I tell people to do to prepare for a tattoo, like I mentioned earlier, it's important that you're well rested. If you come in and you're tired, you're not gonna last long. You want to make sure you eat beforehand. If you come in, you haven't eaten, you're not gonna last long. Also, don't drink. I know a lot of people say don't drink, as in like don't come drunk. Yeah, that's good. You should not come drunk. But you also shouldn't drink much alcohol the night before, because if you do, that can thin out your blood and make it very difficult to tattoo you the next day. So just be very well rested. Drink lots of water. We're working with your skin, so just do things that are good for your skin.
Right.
Protect it from the sun.
This is not a rave.
Keep it.
This is not a party. It's a medical procedure, and
for sure,
we need you to be in top shape.
And also, very important, just clear your schedule for that day. What you don't want to do is rush someone to do your tattoo, which is something that happens more often than it should. Yeah, that's cool, bro. We got to be done at 4:00 though, because I got to go to such and such. And then I can't do anything in that amount of time. Not something worth looking at.
Right. For sure. And then what about when you are about to get a tattoo? Is there anything ritualistic or special that you do for yourself before you're about to get tattooed?
Nah. No, I just do everything I tell my clients to do.
Yeah. Hydrate.
Make sure that, I always have lots of water next to me. I always have snacks. I try not to take rest, like breaks, because, once you break for like 5-10 minutes and you sit back down, it feels awful.
Yeah.
So I like to have everything that I'm going to need right next to me.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's the most interesting thing a client has asked of you?
Like tattoo designs. I mean, I've just been tattooing for so long. I've heard a lot of ridiculous things.
Whether it's like ridiculous imagery, ridiculous placement,
all of the above.
Or if it's just like, hey, could you bring me this to our tattoo appointment? I've heard some artists tell me that, like, their clients have requested that the tattoo artist like stops by the store before they get there and grab something.
That's disrespectful. Oh, let me tell you, one of my clients the other day, and I mean, this isn't crazy, right? But she came in late And then after she's there late, she like, yo, I gotta go grab some food before we get started. I'm like, what were you doing when you were supposed to be here? Like, that's
Obviously something very important.
yeah. I don't know. Probably BSing.
Okay, I love it.
But as far as the interesting tattoo goes, I think someone just recently asked me to do a taco, high five, and a piece of sushi. So I was like, okay, let me figure that out.
Oh my gosh! Wait, like a morph of all three?
Yeah, they wanted like me to make a taco a person and a piece of sushi a person, and then make them like high five each other.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a taco sushi combo, and I was like, those are two different things. Okay, that is also a very interesting request.
For
But
sure.
I'm actually kind of excited to see this taco sushi people high five. That's gonna be
They
fun.
look awesome. They look awesome.
For Machiavelli taught me, Roger is doing bookings. His bookings are very booked up. That's how we started this conversation. But
Yeah.
you're always free to DM him. The link is in his
Oh
bio.
no, don't do that. I don't look.
I
At
mean,
the
email.
DMs. But
Email.
yeah, so if you're interested in booking an appointment, right now the appointment books are closed, but you can just click on the link in my bio and sign up for the mailing list.
Perfect.
And every time we open the books back up to take on new clients, we email everyone that's on the email list.
Perfect. Okay. Here we go. So we are going to finish up this appointment, this session of ink therapy with a game. And this is how we're usually going to do it. Last time with Matt Stebley, we just played a game of this or that, like a lightning round type of thing. But today, with you, Roger, we're going to play Never Have I Ever. So for those of you who have never played Never Have I Ever, the way the game starts is you hold 10 fingers up, and I'll read a statement. And so they can be open. And then when I read the statement that applies to you, you put a finger down. The rock.
Yes. All right.
So if the statement applies to you, you put a finger down. And this is a tattoo edition, so people don't get any weird ideas about what this game is going to be. It's a very G-rated version of Never Have I Ever. So for example, if I were to say, never have I ever worn a black beanie, Roger, you would put a finger down because you're wearing a black beanie now, and
yeah.
you usually wear a black beanie.
I have about 5 of them.
Okay, cool. All right, so that was just the example. All 10 fingers back up, and here we go.
What if it does not apply to me? I just keep my fingers
Keep your
up.
fingers up, yes.
Okay.
Here we go. So never have I ever forgotten an appointment.
I have. This is why I have Mercedes. Because I suck at booking people.
Shout out to Mercedes for keeping his life in order.
For sure.
Never have I ever done a portrait.
I have, yeah.
Never have I ever become inebriated before a tattoo.
No, never. I take tattooing seriously.
Never have I ever tattooed someone's mom or dad. I know everybody is a mom or a dad. I knew people were gonna say that. So yeah, I'm thinking like somebody old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of my clients have brought their parents to me to get tattooed. So this is absolutely yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay. Never have I ever tattooed my mom or dad.
I have tattooed my mother, and she's mean to me every time.
As it should be. Just she needs you to remember your place. That's what it is.
Yeah. She thinks because she's older than me and has more tattoos than me, she knows more about doing tattoos than me. But I don't debate. We don't debate with my mom because she always wins.
No, I mean, it's not smart to debate with moms, man. I think that's a very wise decision of you.
Yeah.
Never have I ever tattooed myself.
I have. That's how you learn.
Never have I ever made a client cry.
I have. it's very rare that it happens, but I probably have had like 5 people cry in the 13 years I've tattooed.
Dang.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, I was
It's
I
part
was
of the
tattooing
process.
somebody's armpit, and I heard them sniffling underneath the t-shirt.
Full
We're
thug
not gonna
tears.
call her out. She knows who
Never,
she is.
never have I ever tattooed a nipple.
I have.
Oh,
Not,
you are
I,
cruel and
but
unusual.
not a woman's nipple either. I've tattooed many men's nipples though. Solid black. Let's go.
That is so painful.
If it's in the way, you got to do it.
If it's in the way.
Yeah, man. Can't mess up this tattoo for a nipple.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we got some people calling themselves out. Jazz calling herself out about the thug tears.
Yeah, in that armpit, she did. She covered her head with a t-shirt. And she...
Like that. It's like that, man. It gets really real quick in the tattoo chair. Never have I ever taught a class or seminar.
I have taught
Yes.
many classes, many
Yes.
seminars. Yeah,
For sure.
I enjoy teaching.
And I love that. I think that that should be a trend in any, career field. Just the willingness to extend knowledge and share knowledge with other people. I think that that's such an awesome thing. So
Yeah. It's hard to learn how to tattoo, and then people who know how to tattoo don't want to teach other people to tattoo. So I just thought it would be kind to teach what I can.
For sure, I love that. And the last one, let's see if you end up with 2 fingers up or just one.
I'm
Never
in
have
here.
I ever gone to a tattoo convention.
I have.
So you've ended with a score of 1. That's better than
We're still in there. Hey,
Still
that's
in
better
the
than
game.
0. 1 is better than 0.
1 is better than 0. And yeah, so thank you for playing. Thank you for dedicating this amount of time for Ink Therapy. I hope that our viewers definitely felt like this time together was therapeutic and was very informational as well. Roger, is there anything else that you think we might need to mention or talk about before I let you go?
Well, I know me and you discuss talking about tattooing people of color, because I do that often, and not a lot of artists do that. So me and Danger Dave are going to sit down on IG Live on the 30th of this month. It's a Thursday. We haven't set a time yet. We're going to make a flyer and be posting it. But me and Dave, we tattoo a lot of people of color. Like 95% of our clientele are both. And we're just going to sit down and talk about the things we feel like people should know about tattooing people of color. And because, man, they get tattooed as well.
Right.
So the fact that a lot of people in the industry avoid that topic, we want to just go ahead and just throw it out there. It should be discussed. Sure.
I love that. July 30th. So please send me the flyer. It's such an important conversation, and I do think it's so interesting how it only recently has been brought up again, I guess, with like the things that have been going on in the world today. It's kind of like us, like not leaving any stone unturned. Like, we're talking about flags, we're talking about food products and their labels. It's like we also need to talk about the tattoo industry. I think that's very important. There is systemic racism in every single corner, every single aspect of our world, especially America and our nation. So I love that people like you are making it a point to discuss it and to normalize it. Let people know that it's definitely not something anyone should be intimidated about. And I just love seeing people like you and Dave help break down those stereotypes and barriers. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the issue is it's like, there are people who just don't want to tattoo Black people, right?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
that is
but
the thing.
I think the large majority just don't honestly know, like, hey, I can do this on people of color, and I will practice, and if I practice, I will be good at doing this on people of color.
Yes.
Because just like people in the tattoo industry, you just pass down information, and that's how artists learn. And at the beginning, they just did, like, the people who are in the industry did not tattoo people of color. Therefore, they just passed that down generation to generation. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But now we know that we can, so we need to go ahead and just throw that in the mix so that it gets passed down to the next generation. Yeah.
Please, please, can we change the world? Yeah, for if anybody on here has ever like experienced any sort of issues around finding a tattoo artist who can tattoo you specifically, and it's related to skin issues, feel free to reach out to myself. Feel free to reach out to Roger. Like, these are things that, and Dave, like, these are things that we talk about very frequently. And me specifically as well, I just started a page with another tattoo artist who's actually from the LA area, I believe she is. And the page is dedicated specifically to tips and advice around tattooing darker skin, because it is 100% possible. 100% possible. And also 100% possible for darker skin people to have beautiful tattoos. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to settle in general. I've also seen a lot of people like cut corners when it comes to tattooing browner skin. And I want everybody to know you don't have to compromise. Roger's a prime example of an artist who does not compromise, no matter what the client looks like. His work is going to be consistent, is going to be excellent, is going to be bright and colorful, no matter what you look like.
Important.
So,
For sure.
if you ever had a doubt in your mind, let me change that for you by instructing you to go to Roger's page right now. It's at Roger Parrilla. Also follow Black Owl Tattoos. That is the shop that he's in Atlanta. Like you said, he's not going anywhere right now. So
we're going to be here for a while.
For a while. So make sure you hit that link in his bio. Put your name on the wait list. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time, Roger. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for those words of encouragement at the end. You'll send me the flyer, and then we'll see you again on the 30th then.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
All right. Bye, everybody. Yeah.
Bye.